if I wanted me to shine, I would try to go fresh against the rest of you.
Shine, make 'em wonder what you got.
What?
That was my favorite song for about 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had a song for 6 years.
The first time I heard that was like in the Newsboys mix. Like, so I only know a really weird twangy version of that song.
It is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are we recording now?
Yeah.
We have been for a while.
Oh, hey, indeed. Welcome into the guest room. This is a trivia podcast where we laugh and make jokes and sometimes look like fools. I am your host, Mike. That's Kevin over there.
Don't.
That's Andy.
Start.
That's KD.
Believing.
If you already have, then don't stop. But
if you don't,
For the rest of you.
don't even start. Don't even go there.
Oh, I want to know what that song sounds like.
probably similar.
But it's like in a minor key.
What would that sound like? I'm not good at music enough to know what that difference would be like.
Just
None of us are good enough in music to.
I mean, I used to play a little piano, but I can't explain vocally, like verbally, what a minor key is.
like melancholy.
As soon as you
yeah,
said,
okay.
I used to play a little piano, I just imagine you being the kid from Charlie Brown who's just at that tiny piano.
Yeah.
How
I was
large
the same
was
size.
this
The
piano?
was the size of like a laptop computer.
What's an example of a song in a minor key?
There's tons.
I don't know them. Is it like "O Come, Come, Emmanuel"?
Hey, Google.
Yeah. Well, that
What's
might
a popular song in a minor key?
Here is some information for popular songs in a minor key. Here's a summary from Pick Up the Guitar. List of popular songs in a minor of all time. Hurt by Johnny Cash. Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Californication by RHCP.
RHCP.
Red Hot Chili
They
Peppers.
can't say Red Hot Chili Peppers in Google,
But
apparently.
like Hurt by Johnny Cash. I mean, very
I don't
dark
You chose
song.
the one that I've never heard of.
Oh,
Yeah.
very dark song.
I've never heard it.
Oh, it's dark.
Okay, so it's just dark things.
They don't have to be.
It's not Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. We'll put
Okay.
it that way.
Okay. You know, Happy Happy Joy Joy was my nickname at college.
Was it?
I had a lot.
I have a question for you guys. So it's been established on a previous episode that I recently took a trip down to New Orleans. The tonight's opponent of the Phoenix Suns,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
at least in the recording of this podcast.
that would be weird.
How much do you guys know about contracts for
Sounds like a Kevin thing thus
being
far.
the sponsor of an arena?
I know nothing
Like
about that.
who on the sports team side makes the final call? Is it like the president of the organization or the
Well, I think it's just the owner of the arena.
owner?
Yeah, of the arena.
Oh, of the arena. So they
like,
don't necessarily have to be
the owner of the sports team.
Okay.
So like the Coyotes arena for a long time was just the Gila River Sports.
I guess what I'm driving at is, do you always just take the one
Most money?
that's the most money?
I think they made a
Or do
mistake
you
in New Orleans.
sometimes right? Do you sometimes like try to pick one that sort of could go along with your team?
You don't
Because
like Smoothie King?
the Smoothie King arena or whatever doesn't sound
It doesn't
that cool.
flow.
Wait, but Smoothie King, you have to, like,
Smoothie King isn't even that good when it comes to smoothie places.
but you don't understand. Like, I lived in Louisiana from the ages of like 5 through 9. And the first smoothie I ever had was from Smoothie King. And for me, it was like a life-changing event. So for me, it makes perfect sense that I was there. I had my first smoothie there. It was from Smoothie King. Smoothie King is pretty ubiquitous throughout the state of Louisiana, at least the places where I went. And it was the most delicious thing ever. So, like, that's their jam there.
I guess, like, if you're from Louisiana, I get it. But
Yes, the arena is in Louisiana.
right, but here's the thing.
People that go there are from Louisiana.
The visiting team is always from somewhere else.
Yeah, but why would you name something for the visiting team?
No, it's not. It's not that. You get on TV and you have Marv Albert saying, "Welcome into the Smoothie King Center," and other people are like, "What?"
Right. No, like every visitor, you have the chance to either like intimidate them or shock and awe them or think, oh, this is kind of stupid. And Smoothie King Center.
Though, to be fair, I think a lot of things, like if you just give it enough time, like, I mean, the Suns Arena is called Footprint Center.
That's and when it first
It's a
came
company.
out, it sounded weird and dumb to me, but that sounds better to me than
Levi Stadium,
Smoothie King.
Quest Field, like all of these things are now companies.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So like you're just going to choose a company,
So, yeah, Mike's point
you think
is that
it's
you
entirely based on the money, because
yeah, why not?
the name goes in front of the place where your team is supposed to win games.
Owning an arena is about making money.
I understand that, but
It's a
there are
business.
probably a lot of companies that
That
are willing to
to
pay
sponsor.
money to have their name on your arena.
Yeah, okay, but if you had an arena,
So if I was going to choose between Smoothie King and I don't know.
Popeyes? That's the other most Louisiana thing I can think of. Bubba gum shrimp.
okay, Smoothie King and Burger King, and
yeah.
Burger King will pay you $5 million per year, and Smoothie King will pay you $6 million per year.
Well, in that case, I would take Smoothie King even if the money was the same, because I think
You just hate Burger King.
Who wants their name to be associated with Burger King anyway? But if it was like something cool and intimidating,
What
like,
company
I can't
is
really
intimidating?
think of something right now. But
All the companies from your category with phonetic ticker symbols, like all of those.
Okay, what about like Tesla?
yeah, like the Boom Center. I'd take the Boom Center.
okay. So that company, I don't know what company is that?
Something
Dynamic-
dynamic steel. Dynamic steel.
Steel Dynamics?
No,
is that it?
no.
something else.
Doesn't matter.
Dynamic something.
Okay, let's say this company that we can't even remember the name of right now is willing to pay you over the course of 10 years $5 million a year for a total of $50 million for naming rights to the stadium. And Smoothie King is willing to pay you $7 million a year for 15 years. Which are you going to take?
Who am I in what situation? Because right now,
you're the one that asked this question. You're you.
okay, then I'll take the first one because I'm doing all right with my 50 mil.
I mean, your stakeholders and your board of directors, and I mean,
Right, so it depends on the situation, but I imagine most of the deals are fairly comparable. So you're choosing between, all right, guys, do we want Smoothie King or Dynamic Explosives or whatever?
Are they fairly comparable though? Because like sometimes, like
Welcome to
when
Dynamic
multiple
Explosive
offers for
Arena.
something are made, like in the real estate market, when you make multiple offers, there could be one offer that's way out in front of everything else. Or when you get bids on a project, it's one comes in like, almost half of what everything else is, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know why these people are doing that, but absolutely, I'll take that offer. So maybe Smoothie King just doesn't know what they're doing.
We'll leave it at that. All right, it's time to get into the real business. So, listeners, welcome into the Guest Room Podcast.
Giving them the business.
This
now?
is not what we usually talk about, actual business. When we say business, usually we're just referring to whimsical games that have to do with trivia. So we will get into today's game, but before we do, let me remind you, we will be playing the secret phrase game in today's episode. So one of the four hosts has been issued a secret phrase. Their goal is to get that secret phrase uttered sometime during the episode without you knowing. And the other three's goal is to make them look like a fool while doing it. Your goal is to find out what that phrase was. Send us an email within the week of this episode airing with your guess for who uttered the phrase and what that was. And if you are correct, we'll let you know. You'll get entered into a drawing, and at the end of the month, the winner of that drawing will receive Guest Room swag.
I'm not sure
Swag-
that the other
swag
three.
means stuff we all get.
Well,
This will be like
hopefully all of our listeners will get it eventually.
I think swag has taken on a different meaning than what its letters stand for.
Which is why I got my wife for her birthday an 1828 copy of Webster's Dictionary.
Huh.
Because
why?
Because in our woke culture, people try to hijack the meaning of words all the time. And so my kids had literally never seen a dictionary before.
What?
And I had to teach them like how to use it. Like, here's a word. Here's the definition and some other information about that word. This is how it works. And my wife actually had, only a very tacit understanding of the dictionary as well. Like, it's definitely a generational thing, I think. I don't know, but she's only 4 years younger than me. So,
I mean,
you guys know
familiar with
you guys know
dictionaries.
dictionaries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even me.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know that even you is. I mean, the dictionary was one of the most boring parts of my childhood, so I'm not that impressed that you know what a dictionary is.
Sad.
I accidentally made our mom bleed via dictionary one
Oh,
time.
that's true. You did.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the main event today. We are going to be playing a round of Jeopardy, and on this podcast, we refer to that as a Jepisode. Today's Jepisode has been prepared for you by one Kevin. So, Mr. Kevin, can you walk us through your categories?
Can I guess the first one?
Mr. Kevin.
The first category?
You're like pulling a KD, but before the
Sure.
game has begun.
Smoothies and their kings that drink them.
No, I did not come up with the category in the last 2 minutes. The first category, and this is a themed board, but I will not explain the theme to you. The first category is
Sounds-
omnivores.
Carnivores.
Second,
Or Omna.
second category is basketball Hall of Fame.
Basketball fame.
I got a basketball fame.
Third category is roots, parentheses, Latin.
Katie, how many basketball-related songs do you know?
Wait, with the word basketball in it?
Just related to like
So there's that song, Basketball Jones.
Space Jam.
Yeah, and
Or-
then
is that what it's called?
wait, is that the...
The Quad City
How about
DJs
yeah.
one.
You just got dunked on by Froggy Fresh?
Yes.
Fourth category. Fourth category is important books pre-Civil War.
Most of world history is pre-Civil War.
This is the American Civil War?
Yeah,
Just any Civil War.
Whoa, I thought we said no explanation. Come on.
sorry.
No, he said no explanation on the theme.
No, he's right. I can't do that.
Good Emperor's New Groove reference.
Thank you. Fifth category is elements of the periodic table.
Oh, sweet.
You read that weirdly, like elements.
Yeah, I think
Of the
that's part
periodic table.
theme.
And sixth is,
No?
non-alcoholic drinks.
Okay. Really hope milk is an answer.
I mean,
Oh.
if I'm not mistaken, based on our text thread, we do have a text thread between the guest room hosts. This Jepisode board didn't exist like 5 hours ago.
I came up with it pretty quickly. I'd say the average time that it takes me to come up with a Jepisode board is about 4 hours, and this one took me probably about 90 minutes,
Wow, that's done.
which is easier to do when it's themed, I've found. Like, if you figure out what your theme is and then you fit your questions into your theme, you're not doing the best service to your questions, but you are able to potentially be more efficient.
Yep, I agree.
So, Katie is going to be starting us off in this round. So, the board is your oyster, my friend.
I've not had oysters before. Let's go with...
They're not worth it.
Really?
No, they're delicious.
What about Rocky Mountain oysters?
No.
Those are also not worth it, but kind of fun experience.
But you
once.
should go for it.
Totes.
Let's do roots Latin for 100.
Totes, dotes.
Classic.
All right, roots, Latin for 100. So in this category, I will give you the English definition of a Latin prefix and or root word, and you will give me
The Latin.
what the
English root.
what the English prefix root is for this definition. Number one, with, together.
Mike.
Kitty.
I think it was Mike, even though Katie finished way before.
I think I had a lot of in my mic. Con.
Yes, there were 5 acceptable answers here.
Wow.
Con, co, col, com, and core.
Okay.
So con I will give to you, obviously. Mike, the board is yours.
Yeah, roots Latin for 2.
Roots Latin for 2. Before, in
Katie.
front of... KD.
Pre.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Yikes.
Before, in front of, prior to.
Mike.
Mike.
Ante.
That is correct. Anta or anti, I would have accepted.
Huh.
Number...
like
Mike, the board is yours.
Antechamber,
Yeah.
narthex.
Yeah.
Roots for 3.
Good old narthex. Number 3, law.
Oh.
Oh.
You first.
No, it's not in my brain yet. Or
I think it's in there somewhere.
just bouncing around. Law?
I am a lawyer.
Mike.
Mike.
Juris.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Nope. This is where Andy says, hold
Andy,
on.
this is for the lead.
It is for the lead. Actually, you're tied for the lead already.
I'm not going to guess.
All right, boo boo boo. The answer is leg, or you could pronounce
Dang.
it ledge, perhaps.
Okay.
Mike, the board's still yours.
Roots for 4.
Roots for 4. Horse.
Kitty.
Mike.
Ek.
I will give that to you. EQU.
Yeah.
Equine, equestrian. Yeah.
Roots for 5.
Mike, let's stop doing that thing where you start saying Mike and then I finish saying KD before you finish saying Mike. Yours is one syllable.
Roots for 5.
There's 4 letters.
Cow. Ox.
Mike.
Mike.
Bav.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
Mike, the board is yours.
I have buzzed in much. Roots for 6.
Roots for 6. Death.
Kitty.
KD.
Mort.
That is correct. Nice. Well done. You guys, after some initial struggles, got the 4, 5, and 6 pretty well there. Actually, you guys got the 1, the 2, the 4, the 5, and the 6 in that category, so not too shabs.
Shabs.
Katie, the board is yours.
Let's do...
Mike, doesn't he have 600 instead of 400? Oh, wait, no.
He lost 200.
That's right, he did.
Yeah. Let's do important books pre-Civil War for 1.
All right, important books pre-Civil War. I will give you 3 pieces of information about the book.
Okay.
The year it came out, the author, and the place in which the book is set.
Okay.
For 100. 1847, Charlotte Bronte, England.
Mike.
Mike.
Jane Eyre.
That's correct.
Wow. Nicely done. I knew nothing about Jane Eyre.
Mike, the board is yours.
Important books pre-civil 2.
For 2. 750 or so BC, Homer,
Kitty.
KD.
The Iliad.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Mike.
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey is correct.
Stupid.
The Mediterranean was...
Stupid called.
What? Isn't that both?
I mean...
Isn't the Iliad back on land?
The Odyssey is
I don't know
traveling
anything.
home from the Trojan Wars, I believe.
Yeah,
the
but he
Iliad
gets
is the
lost
Trojan
from the
Wars.
wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would have been
On the Mediterranean,
Troy.
you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, the board is yours.
Important books 300.
For 3. 1850, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Massachusetts Bay Colony.
Nathaniel Hawthorne, you say.
I say.
The Massachusetts Bay Colony, you say.
I say.
The NBC.
Wait, can you please repeat the whole question?
Sure. 1850, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Massachusetts Bay Colony.
Mike.
Mike.
The Crucible.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I was thinking that too.
Nope.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm sorry, the answer is the Scarlet Letter.
Darn it. I thought about it, but I was like,
I read those two in the same class.
Does anyone know the theme yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Not even close.
Well, if you don't know it by now, you probably won't know it. But
What?
Continue. Mike, the board is yours.
Okay, I know it now. Important books 400.
400. 1600, Shakespeare, Denmark.
Kitty.
KD.
Hamlet.
That's correct.
Why do you know that?
That Hamlet's set in Denmark?
Technically, it's 1599 to 1601. It was written sometime in there. They don't know, so I chose 1600. I mean, the Odyssey was 8th or 7th century BC, so I chose 750 BC. The board is yours, KD.
I have no idea what the theme is. Important books pre-Civil War for 5.
For 5. 1852, Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Mike.
Mike.
Oh, no. Uncle Tom's Cabin.
That's correct.
Nice.
Mike, the board is yours.
Where was it set?
The American South.
Okay. Important books 600.
Important books for 600. 19 BC, Virgil, Italy. Can you spell
Mike.
that?
No.
Mike.
The Aeneid.
That is correct.
Nice.
Well done.
Nicely done.
After 2 categories, Mike, where did the scores stand?
Yeah, what do I have?
So
Andy wheezed once.
Andy's in third with 0 points. KD's got 800 and Mike's got 2,000.
Mike's on a roll.
Oh, man.
And the board is yours.
Mike, that was dominant. Nicely done.
I've lost more points than anyone else, too.
You've also gained more.
Let's go with... Oh, yikes. Let's go with N for 100. Non-alcoholic drinks.
Non-alcoholic drinks. Okay. For 100. Though not alcoholic, it really did contain cocaine at one point. Mike.
Coca-Cola.
That is correct.
200.
The alcoholic version is called a John Daly. The alcoholic version is called a John Daly.
I have a.
I don't know.
I think there's some sort of play on words or something. At least that's my guess.
Well, I mean, John Daly's a golfer, right?
Yeah. One of the crazy pants.
And Arnold Palmer is like
Arnold Palmer is
iced tea and lemonade, right?
Yeah.
So what would the John Daly be?
the
KD.
Arnold Palmer.
That's correct.
What?
It's non-alcoholic drinks. If you knew that, why didn't you say so?
I'm confused.
So
The
John
alcoholic
Daly is a
version.
noted alcoholic.
The
Right.
alcoholic version is called a John Daly.
Daly. The
He's asking for
non-alcoholic
the non-alcoholic version.
Is an Arnold Palmer who is a more wholesome person.
But there's really an Arnold Palmer, and you put alcohol in it, and it's called John Daly?
Yes.
That's a real thing?
Vodka, vodka generally.
Oh, my gosh. That's so stupid. I gave you an answer.
KD, the board is yours.
Non-alcoholic drinks for 3.
For 3. Brisk is one of the 22... Andy.
Lipton iced tea.
Lipton is the correct answer. That is that I'm looking for.
I didn't know that those were the same thing.
The question
Made by
or
Lipton.
the prompt was Brisk is one of the $22 billion brands of PepsiCo who partners with this British brand to create the drink.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Andy, the board is yours.
Non-alcoholic drinks, 400.
All right. It can include strange ingredients and garnishes such as Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Yep, that's the one. Horseradish, bacon, and shrimp. Thankfully, no blood.
Andy.
Andy.
What is a Bloody Mary?
Sorry, that's incorrect.
What?
Repeat.
It can include strange ingredients and garnishes such as
Oh, it's non-alcoholic.
Worcestershire.
Yep, sauce, horseradish, bacon, and shrimp. Thankfully, no blood.
Oh.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh. I would have a guess now.
I don't know what the
I think
non-alcoholic
you're probably
drink
thinking
is
the same thing I am.
My guess is pretty stupid.
Well, I think
course.
mine is too, but I think it's right.
Never regret something that made you smile, but I don't think I want to guess.
Okay.
called. I have
No?
no idea.
Boo, boo, boo.
It's a Virgin Mary?
Yes, a Virgin
Oh,
Mary.
really? I was just going to say a Mary.
Obviously, you don't know the theme yet. Andy, the board's still yours.
Non-alcoholic for 500.
For 500. Boo, 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 boo. Choo-choo, pow!
Too bad I have negative
something.
points.
Yeah, so you're just going for 500.
Okay, fair enough.
He can go for less, I think.
No, let's go for 5.
I think he has to go for 500. I don't know. Have we... had
I'm
this-
going to go for 5. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
you're going for 5. This cold-sounding frozen drink was created in 1958 and was popularized in the 1960s following 7-Eleven purchasing some of these machines.
What is a Slurpee?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
It's a cold sounding. It's an icy.
It's not earthy sounding like manure. It's cold sounding like icy. Actually cold sounding. Good try.
I don't think 7-Eleven ever had ices.
They did. They bought several of the machines in 1965.
Slurpees.
1950.
1958 was when it was invented.
Oh.
In the 60s is when they bought the machines.
Got it.
All right. Andy, the board's still yours.
Great. 600. Let's go for
600.
more negative points.
This product competes with the 300-point clue and is a Coca-Cola collaboration with a Swiss brand.
Oh. Nope, don't know it.
Do I know it?
I think you have heard of it.
This product competes with the 300-point clue and is a Coca-Cola collaboration with a Swiss brand.
Andy.
Andy,
What is Louisiana?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
What?
I think he's thinking of the 400-point clue.
Oh, crap. I was. Oh, boy. That was dumb.
Boop, boop, boop. If I were to give you the Swiss company Nestle, what would your answer be?
I don't know.
I had Nestle in my brain, but I couldn't.
The answer is Nestea.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Nestea competes with Brisk.
Oh, no, I was thinking the right clue then. I was thinking Louisiana iced tea.
Oh, I thought that was like a
Louisiana.
I thought it was like a canned Bloody Mary mix or something.
Louisiana.
I thought you
like an
grossly mispronounced the Swiss city of Lausanne.
Maybe my answer's right.
I doubt it. Andy, the board is yours, though.
Oh, good. Omnivores, 100.
I'm going to give you a 2-word prompt, and you're going to tell me an omnivore.
Okay.
Trash panda.
Katie.
KD.
Raccoon.
That's correct.
As my dad
KD.
would say, Rahoon.
Yeah.
Omni for 2.
Omni for 2. Big Bird.
Mike.
Oh,
Great. Aardvark.
what?
Excuse me?
What's the category?
That's
Omnivores.
Sorry, that's very incorrect.
Isn't that Arthur?
Yeah.
Arthur's an aardvark. Big Bird?
I wasn't paying attention when the category was explained.
We're supposed to give him an omnivore.
Okay, that was not right.
What are I mean, I know what an omnivore is, but how do I know what everything is?
Take 200 points away from yourself.
I mean, no,
Maybe do it a few times. Any other guesses?
no.
Big Bird.
No.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm sorry. I was looking for ostrich.
He's an ostrich?
No, it's just a big bird.
Oh, I was thinking Big Bird off Sesame
Okay.
Street.
We all were.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
jeez.
can't help what you think. KD, the board is yours.
Yeah, Omni for 3.
Blue Butt.
Mike.
Baboon. That's correct.
Oh.
Mike, the board is yours.
Omnivore is 4.
Freedom mascot.
Mike.
Kitty.
Mike.
Eagle.
That's correct. Mike.
500.
Black Plague.
Mike. Rat.
That's correct.
I still don't get the theme. I have no idea.
600.
600. Pig Anteater.
Andy?
Andy.
Aardvark?
Sorry, that's incorrect. You might be setting a new record here.
It might be.
Oh, man.
Anyone else?
I believe
No
it's been
way.
said.
Boop, boop, boop. I was looking for tapir.
Oh, I've heard of
Oh,
that.
it's another word for aardvark.
It looks like a pig
and
mixed
an
with an
anteater.
anteater.
Yeah.
KD, the board is yours.
Let's do...
2 categories to go. Where do we stand, Mike?
Yeah, where do we stand?
So Andy's got negative 1,800 points. KT's got 1,100, and Mike has 3,100.
Nice.
Jeez, Mike, stop
Nice.
getting the high-value questions right.
Yeah, seriously, Mike. Stop it.
Okay, I'll just let Andy get them wrong.
Yeah, it's the same difference for you, really.
Yeah.
KD, your turn.
Let's do elements of the periodic table
Elements of the periodic table.
for 1.
All right, I'm going to give you 3 pieces of information. It will be the number on the periodic table,
Okay.
a description of
It.
what category it kind of falls
Okay.
into,
Okay.
and then either something that it's used in or something semi-interesting about it.
And I need to give you the element
The
or
element.
Yes, I'm looking for the element name.
the name, so not the symbol.
No, the
Okay.
name.
Okay.
3. KD.
Lithium.
That's correct. So that would have gone 3, the least dense metal, batteries.
Okay. All right. Elements for 2.
Elements for 2. 53, the heaviest stable halogen, antiseptic.
I don't know what antiseptic means, other than the opposite of septic.
That's a good place to start.
But I also don't know what septic means.
Oh, that's a problem.
Can you repeat?
Yeah. 53, the heaviest stable halogen, antiseptic.
Why not? Andy, iodine.
That's correct.
What does septic mean in this context? I only know septic in the context of tank.
Septic is like diseased or degrading, etc. Antiseptic is a disinfectant.
Okay.
Sterilizes it.
Okay.
300.
300. 10. Noble gas. Advertising
Mike.
sign. Mike.
Nitrogen.
Andy.
Kitty.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Andy.
I think you
It was Andy.
both buzzed in
It was Andy.
before I said anything, so I'm going to give it to Andy here.
Neon.
Neon is correct. Advertising signs was the use.
400.
400. 48. Soft metal. Nuclear reactor rods.
There's a couple.
But it's only 48, huh?
Andy.
Andy.
Uranium.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
No, the uranium's like 235.
No,
That's not right.
Well, no. I mean,
Mike.
Mike.
no, the sum that you're thinking the
Yeah.
weight. It's not the.
Cobalt.
I'm sorry, that's
No.
incorrect, but a very good guess.
That's a good guess?
I almost used cobalt
no.
as that.
Is it like
clue.
a different Chevrolet car?
I don't think this is a Chevy called this, no.
I'm not guessing.
The answer is cadmium.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised that something with that low of a number is used in nuclear reactors.
Yes.
But apparently it's by far the best at like being stable and like it's
Under
what was
extreme
it called? It was like a stable neutralizer or something like that. And that's why they use it. It's someone's board, I'm sure of it.
Mine. 500.
Andy, 500. 76. The most dense and rarest naturally occurring metal. Tips of fountain pens.
Repeat.
76. Most dense and rarest naturally occurring metal. Tips of fountain pens.
I don't know.
Mike's finally kicking himself because he feels like he should know something to guess and he doesn't.
I have a guess for no points.
Boop, boop, boop.
Selenium.
No.
Tungsten.
No. Sorry, the answer is osmium.
Well, that wasn't in my brain.
And Andy,
600.
600. 103. Synthetic radioactive metal named after a guy whose first name is Ernest.
I don't think Hemingway is is an element.
This is one that you would have just had to, in your perusing the bottom of the periodic table,
Come across.
have been like, oh, that's an interesting name.
I mean, I've come across Californium.
And Americium.
I thought about using Californium once in this category as well.
Is that what they soaked the cherries in?
Americium?
Yeah.
Maraschino. I don't know if that's a substance or like a type of thing.
I don't think
It's
I'd
a
want a
type of
cherry
cherry.
soaked in radioactive.
I don't know.
Boop, boop, boop. You wouldn't want a cherry
what if
soaked in
what if-
Laurentium?
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, one category to go. Where do we stand?
Andy, negative 1,700. KD, 1,200. Mike, 2,400.
Oh, that category represented a bit of a tightening, especially for
Yeah.
Andy. No, not especially for Andy, but a little bit for Andy.
A tightening.
Tightening. Andy, the board is still yours
Let's go Hall of Fame for 100.
for 100. Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm asking for a name or part of the name of a person.
Okay.
If I don't ask for just a part of the name, I'm
Full
asking
name.
for a first and last name.
Okay.
He might still be talking about practice.
Mike.
Mike,
Allen Iverson.
that's correct.
200.
200. Last name of the inactive all-time leader in free throw percentage and two-time
Kitty.
Kitty.
Barry. Rick.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Not a Hall of Famer?
Keep going.
Last name of the inactive all-time leader in free throw percentage and two-time MVP.
Mike.
Mike,
Nash.
that's correct.
Dang it.
Ooh. I was thinking it was Mark Price, but
It's not.
Mike, the board is yours.
300.
300. He isn't in it, but his last name headlines it.
Andy.
Kitty.
Andy,
Naismith.
that's correct.
400.
400. Currently the VP of Development for the Heat, he was inducted in 2014. A three-time champ, seven-time All-Star, and Olympic gold medalist in 2000. This center is generally known by the last two letters of his first
Kitty.
name. Kitty.
Alonzo Mourning.
That's correct.
500.
500. Possibly my favorite NBA player of all time. This last name is synonymous with block shots and finger wagging.
Andy.
Andy.
Mutombo.
That's correct.
600.
600. She's an absolutely atrocious fill-in for Eddie Johnson on the occasional Suns broadcast.
Katie.
Skylar
Diggins Smith.
I'm sorry, that's
No.
incorrect.
Because I should have known that because she's actually a good villain.
She doesn't fill in for him.
Oh.
Can you repeat it?
She is an absolutely actually, maybe she did once, but absolutely atrocious fill-in for Eddie Johnson on the occasional Suns broadcast, but somehow found her way into the Hall after being the first woman to sign an NBA contract.
Why did I lose the episode over this?
Can I give you a last name?
You lost it over something
I need the full name.
Oh, really?
And if you're really aggressive, you could give me an even fuller name. She was widowed in 1993.
Andy over here having an andyeurism.
Oh, nice.
Can you spell aneurysm?
No. I cannot.
No one
No.
can.
I like. I feel like I have part of her name, but I can't figure out the rest.
I have part of her name too.
Boop, boop, boop. What part of her name did you have, Mike?
Does it start with A?
Yes, it does.
Is it Drydesdale?
So Don Drysdale, her husband, died in 1993.
Yeah. What's her name?
Ann Myers.
Man.
She signed a contract with the Pacers in 1978 or 80, I believe.
Why?
They offered her a $50,000 3-day non-cuttable contract, and she signed it.
Did she play?
I don't believe so, but she was in camp with them and stuff.
I thought it was something where she signed a contract as a coach or something.
No, player.
That's fascinating.
So, all right. Well, there we are through 6 categories. And where do the scores stand going into Final Jeopardy, Mike?
Andy has made his way back up to negative 900. KD's got 800. Mike's got 2,700.
All right. Final Jeopardy.
Boring.
Your category is Conan O'Brien. Andy, you going to participate just for fun?
I'd like to wager 11 billion points, please.
Done.
You've wagered 11 billion before, actually.
I know. That's a
Wait.
common strategy.
All right. I see Mike's wager. I've got Katie's wager. Everybody's in. Okay. Other than Saturday Night Live and not necessarily the news, name another show that Conan O'Brien spent time writing for.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
Are we to understand that he didn't take part in writing his own show?
You are to understand that. There are only 3 shows that he was a writer for, and I gave you 2 of them in the clue.
Is this unnamed show the most well-known other than SNL? Or maybe it's more well-known than
Well,
SNL.
since the points don't matter in this one, I will give you a little bit more information. I would say
that a
this
hint?
show is basically on par
With SNL.
popularity-wise with SNL.
Okay. So it's not Psych.
I can't say that it is or isn't until another
think I
minute
used
and a
to
half
know
has
this.
passed.
Did I used to know this?
It's not as important.
No,
as whether
I think
still
you've heard
know
of
it.
the show.
Yeah, no, but I think I used to even know that Conan was a writer for something back when he was cutting his teeth, if that phrase makes any sense.
All right. Does everyone have an answer?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll start with Andy, who wrote In Living Color after crossing out Family Guy and Daily Show. Thank you for your contribution. KD wrote The Daily Show, and Mike wrote The Tonight Show. I'm sorry, you're all incorrect. The answer is The Simpsons.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, from 1991 to 1993.
That kind of makes sense. Conan's kind of yellow as well.
Andy stays at negative 900.
Yeah.
Katie stays at 800. And Mike loses 1,000 to go to 1,700 and is our big winner. Way to go, Mike.
Big winner.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Elvis.
I didn't figure out so I got the theme of the theme.
Oh, yeah. What is the theme?
On the second category. And then I got the actual theme, I think at Virgin Mary.
Yeah, I think that's about where you got it because I can see your board over here. So the categories begin with OBRIEN, which happens to be
O'Brien.
my last name and Mike's last name.
Okay.
And each of the answers in each category...
Is O'Brien?
No.
Oh.
That would have been good as well.
Is Ann O'Brien.
So the first category, omnivores, had the 6 letters of my first name. The next...
Which, by the way, I was expecting that to be the first letters of my wife's first name, which is why I guessed Aardvark for Big Bird.
Good one. No, but I just went with my family. So the second one was my wife's 4 letters of her first name and then the first 2 letters of her middle name.
Anima?
Yeah, Annama. Next was Caleb M, because M, we named him Michael as his middle name. 4th was Joshua. 5th was Linko, because you can't fit Lincoln in there. And 6th was Calvin.
Wow.
I'm glad we started with roots before I figured out the theme.
Because you would have been 2 in your head about it.
Because I would have been confused about who was that? Who was the third one?
That's Caleb M.
Caleb M. I would have been really confused about the 600-point question. About where to go with that.
Was so over my head.
Oh, I wasn't expecting any of you to like be hip to it the whole game or anything like that.
I've not been hip to much.
I mean, I was up to 3,100 points and ended with 1,700. So I don't know that being hip to it really even helped that much.
Yeah, being hip has never gotten any of us very far in life.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
That was a fun board, I thought. It brought in a lot of, I think, things that we don't always touch on, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I had to go with some pretty generic categories to make sure that I could hit every letter.
But we've got biology, sports, language.
Yeah, we've never hit on sports and language
literature, science.
You mean physics?
Right. And I don't know. Leisure, food and drink. I mean, those are 6 pretty
well, I was thinking,
distinct categories from themselves.
Andy's probably going to have an edge in periodic table. I was thinking Katie would have an edge in
books,
pre-Civil War books. I was thinking, Mike, that you would have an edge in roots. And then I was thinking, drinks, animals, and basketball. Those are kind of all in the middle-ish categories.
No one's like, oh, he's the animals guy. What was it? Tapir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that animal.
Or something.
Is that like that other one? What's the weird animal that's like half zebra, half...
yeah, I know.
It's like the dumbest looking thing.
Half zebra?
Hey, Google. What's the animal that looks like a cross between a zebra and a giraffe? Oh, it's okapi. I know it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. OKAPI.
Yeah, it was going to tell me okapi, actually.
Did God make that animal, or did humans mess with the genetic sequence?
God made that animal.
Oh man,
that's man.
It's a weird looking animal, the okapi.
Most animals are weird looking. Have you seen a platypus?
A platypus is not most animals. A
Yeah.
platypus is.
I agree with Mike on this one. I think people are weird looking.
Just like a general trait is that people are weird looking.
Yeah.
We could spend a whole episode on animals.
Should we talk about all the weird looking people we know?
That's our Patreon. Subscribe.
Good segue, Andy. By the way, if you want to know things like that, I don't think that particular episode has aired yet. But if you want to know what goes on behind the scenes, you get a little bit of a broader look at behind the curtain if you are part of the guest list. So you can find us on patreon.com/the guest room podcast to support us and get awesome perks along the way. Remember to have played the secret phrase game and send in your guess to theguestroom@gmail.com. Please rate us on all of your favorite podcast apps. That one's for you, KD.
Thank you.
And tell all your friends. Keep telling us what you like and what you don't like, what you want to see more of. We appreciate that. Yeah, for all of us, for myself, for KD, for Andy, for Kevin here at the Smoothie King guest room. As always, farewell.